In the matter of the Alipore conspiracy, the judgment of this court is that the accused are hereby sentenced.
In 1908, the British Empire projected an image of absolute control over India. But beneath that polished surface, the pressure was reaching a critical mass. A secret network known as Jugantar decided that petitions and protests were insufficient. They began implementing a strategy of guerrilla warfare and targeted explosive attacks against the colonial administration. The first major strike occurred in Muzaffarpur, where two revolutionaries, Kudiwan Bose and Prafula Chaki, threw a bomb at a carriage to assassinate a notoriously brutal British magistrate. The magistrate escaped the blast, but the attempt triggered an immediate and frantic police manhunt across the province of Bengal. This attack revealed the existence of an invisible, armed insurgent network, proving that the British were no longer facing isolated dissenters. On May 2, 1908, the exhaustive search finally led police to a quiet garden house at 32 Murari Pukar Road in Calcutta. During the raid, police discovered a fully operational bomb factory hidden inside the house. The scale of the operation was evident in the materials recovered, including firearms, picric acid, and a manual detailing 30 different bomb-making formulas. By the end of the operation, 39 revolutionaries were in custody. The arrests included the suspected leadership, the intellectual Aurobindo Ghosh, and his brother Baren. The prisoners were held in the 44-degree ward of Alipore jail, confined to tiny, airless cells, while the government prepared a case that carried the mandatory death penalty. The British government intended to use this trial to dismantle the revolutionary leadership and end the insurgency for good. The prosecution opened the Alipore bomb case with a massive collection of physical evidence taken from the garden house. Their strongest asset was Naren Goswami, who agreed to testify for the Crown. His insider evidence directly linked the bomb back to Aurobindo Ghosh. With his testimony on record, a conviction seemed certain. For Aurobindo and the top leadership, the gallows were now a near inevitability. To prevent this testimony from reaching the court, revolutionaries Kanaya Lal Datta and Satya North Bose managed to smuggle revolvers into the heavily guarded prison. On August 31st, they found Goswami in the prison hospital. In a desperate high-stakes encounter, they shot the informant dead. The assassins accepted their own executions, knowing that by killing the Crown's star witness, they had stripped the prosecution of its most damaging evidence. With the direct testimony gone, the case against Aurobindo became entirely circumstantial. Defense lawyer Chittaranjan Das took this opportunity to challenge the remaining evidence. Das had to painstakingly dismantle a massive web of indirect clues, proving that the letters and articles presented by the police did not constitute a criminal conspiracy. He sustained a grueling 8-day closing argument, working through the night to find contradictions in the prosecution's sprawling list of exhibits. His marathon defense forced the court to acknowledge the weakness of the police investigation, shifting the trial's momentum away from the Crown. On May 6, 1909, the verdict was delivered. Aurobindo Ghosh was acquitted of all charges. His brother Baren and several others were spared the noose, but faced a different end: life sentences in the cellular jail on the Andaman Islands. After his release, Aurobindo withdrew from politics. He moved to the coastal town of Pondicherry, where he spent the rest of his life focused on spiritual philosophy and yoga. Baren eventually returned from his decade in solitary confinement, using his experiences to write influential memoirs that reached a new generation of activists. Chittaranjan Das emerged from the trial as a national figure. Known as Deshbandhu, he went on to found the Swaraj Party, becoming one of the most powerful political voices in the struggle for independence. The Alipore bomb case tested the viability of armed rebellion. It pushed its leaders towards 3 distinct paths: the spiritual, the militant, and the political, which together would eventually destabilize British rule in India.